According to this, I'm on the air, and I got an email saying I'm on the air, but I'm not seeing my stream up on YouTube, so I gotta mess with that. There we go. Okay. Now we're up. All right. Hopefully all of those tags and stuff went through and it's now being shown correctly. Let's go ahead and keep my eyes on the stream health. And I think we'll be good. I'm gonna really quick check the resource monitor on my computer. We're pushing my computer pretty hard, but it's not maxed out, so there shouldn't be any heavy lag or anything. And that's good to see. I'm very happy about that. Let's go ahead and start streaming. Getting into Windbound yet again. It's been close to a week, and I last streamed on Twitch, which I don't know if that's as lucrative for little creators as YouTube or not. That's something I'm kind of messing around with and trying to figure out. We'll see. Okay, so I still have my boat as it was, and we're on Chapter 3, The War. And we're out in the middle of nowhere. That seems to be the Nautilus Shell Island once we get all of them. That seems to be one of the beacons that we need to go to, and I'm sure the others are behind us. But there's something out there, and I find that rather interesting, so we're going to go out there to start and see what we can find. Because I'm going to assume that will be something of the edge of the map. It doesn't actually look like it is. but I'm still excited to go to it regardless. Let's go ahead and tighten our sails and get a move on. Start moving our way out there. Sorry if I bumped the microphone there. I'm just trying to get a little bit closer to the mic so that this picks me up a bit better. And I am going into this rocky formation. It almost looks like there's a hut-like thing on there. That very triangular-looking rock. I think it is just a rock, though, and I probably won't find much of anything too terribly interesting here. Now that we're getting closer, I'm wondering if that's not actually one of the monuments for the Nautilus shells. It is. It definitely is. There's that little crystal. It's just a very, very small one. Isn't that something? Well, I'm glad we came this way. That way we didn't have to try and find this little isolated area yet again later down the road. That could have been pretty difficult. Gonna go ahead and pull our sail down as we come ashore here and jump off of the boat. We got a lot of palm fronds here. Oh, didn't mean to attack. Meant to collect some of these palm fronds. How's my inventory looking, actually? We got a lot of open space. Okay. If I wanted to make one of those shovels, a handy tool for digging things out of the ground, I'd need a gorehorn crest, and I don't have one of those. That's okay. I'll get one later. Who knows? This might be the time when I come across a gorehorn and try to fight it. Yeah, this is a very, very small shrine. Usually those are much, much taller, and they take a lot of climbing to get to the top of. But not that one. That one was a mere little pedestal. What once was sacred is now prey. Allies become enemies forevermore. That is without a doubt indirect reference to the fact that the people that we're learning about decided to turn on their gods, these little nautilus creatures, and start eating them. Which, if you were to ask me, is rather fucked. I'm trying to reverse, but it doesn't seem to be working, so I'm just going to go ahead and push the boat out. And she pushed the boat in kind of an awkward area, so we're going to try and push it again and jump on here. And bada bing, bada boom, we are now free, and I can start going this way. Or not, I guess. Would appear there's something a little bit wrong with my boat, and it's gotten itself stuck. Let's go ahead and jump into the drink. Raise this sail again, and there we go. Now we've started to... Have we started moving? Very, very barely. Yep, I've hit X. The sails are as tight as I could possibly get them. Okay, I don't know what was causing the trouble before, but... Well, it looks like sailing directly into the wind just isn't working out very well right now, so let's try and avoid going straight forward. Oh, it's a crabster. Or a crobster, what are they called? Yeah, it's a crobster. I remember last time, I wasn't sure if it was crobster or crabster that I had read, so I just kind of took a guess. Looks like I ended up being right. It's crobster. I see some island structures out in the distance. Now they're starting to become much more clear. But I can tell that one out there has one of the Nautilus shrines to it, so we're going to prioritize heading in that direction. Well, heading in that direction is proving quite difficult because it's straight into the wind, and the game doesn't want me doing that right now. So we're actually going to break away. I'm going to try and get us towards this little island, and hopefully by the time we set sail, the wind will have either changed course, or the game will be less finicky about us going into the wind. Looks like we're coming to a bit of a pause yet again. Rotten food. Rotten food wastes the time it took to get it and effort required to keep it. That's a shame. Our small raw meat went bad, but we didn't waste time cooking it or anything, and I think we still have a good amount of food in our bag. Let's go ahead and get to this rotten meat, and let's drop it into the ocean. We do have some jerky that we can eat to go ahead and get our stamina back up, so let's do that. Let's tighten these sails so that we can move into this sort of headwind here as we go weird and off to the side. Oh, and it looks like I've been completely stopped. Yet again. Now that's going to be somewhat dangerous around these parts as we are trying to navigate these rocks. Let's try to avoid crashing into them, but keep zigzagging so that we can keep our momentum. And we've almost gotten to this small island here. It certainly is a lot smaller than it looked. All these rocky formations seemed to give a bit of an illusion that the landmass was larger than it was, but these rocky masses are clearly separate and not something that would be useful to get up onto. So we'll just keep on moving forward and get into this shore here where it looks like we are close enough to where our boat won't be taking off. Hopefully that anchor sets. Yes, it did. Put that spear away. I don't think we need any rocks at this very moment. But hopefully we could find a gorehound and take that down. If not, then we can at very least harvest up this bamboo, which is a pretty useful resource. Oh, bit of a frame rate drop there. This game is kind of prone to those. It's not the most optimized game, but that's okay. Jump onto this rock because rocks are cool. And I still don't have my digging tool. Oh! Oh! One of the Nautilus shell things is here, actually, so... And this island's bigger than I thought it was. Looks like we have one of those prowling beasts. We can go ahead and get into a fight with that. I think that would prove beneficial. I don't fully... Ooh, there's some thorns growing up on there. Hey there, buddy. Planestalker, that's what it's called. Come to me. Alright, A's to dodge. Gotta remember all this. Nope, you're not gonna hit me that time. Alright, I got him too. Oh, damn. I didn't think he was gonna pounce. I thought it was gonna swipe. Well, that's okay. We got some good hits there. Alright, that's good. That's good. Alright, he's gonna pounce. We have a nice dodge there. Oh, he missed that swipe. He's going for a pounce. We'll go ahead and dodge. Oh, almost got him. And one more stab should be the trick. Bone Tip Spear is degrading. I do believe that's its first time degrading. So we should be looking at a pretty good health on our spear still. It's a shame, but it's still good. All that prickly thorn stuff, that bramble growing up, seems to be in the way, and I'm curious as to how we'll deal with that. I wonder if there's anything out there on the shore. But we'll figure that out later. First, let's go ahead and harvest all these sticks and stuff. We actually have quite a few of them. But I still want more because I am a greedy, greedy little bastard. Yes, I am. So to chop that, I'd need an axe, which requires some piece from some kind of creature that I'm not quite familiar with just yet. So we're going to go ahead and leave that be for now and search over here. We found one of these little mushrooms, and those are good. Apparently we don't have room to store it, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and harvest it immediately. Hello, little guys. How do you change targets again? I don't remember. I'm just gonna go ahead and let go of the button and then grab it again. Oh, he's getting away from me. You're doing a very good job of evading me, but I now have you cornered. Oh, and I missed again. But don't worry, I hit you that time. Oh, the bone tip spear is broken, so when it said it had degraded, it meant it degraded a lot, and it was real far down. Well, that's good to know. So now we're down to this, but we also have our sling. But I don't know if that's actually going to be too useful in combat. Unless we had a lot of distance between us and them. This is going to be kind of a nasty fight, but that's okay. We still won it, and we're good to go. Let's see if we can go ahead and make another bone spear, because I think the Planestalker horn was needed for the bone spear, so we might have just, by killing him, gotten the stuff to replace it. And that would be rather convenient. That's where our boat is, so that's basically the size of the island is everything that we just saw. Not very large, but it's not super small or anything. Let's go ahead and eat this last piece of jerky. Spectral residue. I forgot about this. We have a little spectral residue. Let's go ahead and see what it takes to craft that spear. One of these is the combat section. We need a bone, a stick spear, and leather. I don't believe we have leather, but I do think we have skin, which we can turn into leather. We do have skin. So let's go ahead and make a little fire pit somewhere. Where should we set down a fire? I think we should set down the fire probably at the base of the Nautilus Shrine. Oh, I accidentally took damage by falling a very large distance. Far larger than I thought that was, because I was not paying attention. I don't think there's much of a reason to kill those other little guys, because one of the main reasons you kill them is to get some of that delicious, not delicious meat. I don't know what I was going to say. Meat would actually be useful. I was going to say that skin for leather, but we already have plenty of that, I do think. Ooh, some bone piles over here. That can prove to be useful. Gets us some bone, which I say proves to be useful, but ever since we found a giant hoard of bone, we haven't used very much of it. Let's go ahead and see about starting a fire, though. Place it right here. And we'll go ahead and use a lot of these sticks we have to turn it into a drying rack. Because we have plenty of sticks, so might as well use them up so that we can get stuff done. Let's go ahead and roast this meat to start. It's very important. And then we'll make some leather. I don't think we need 2 leather right now. We might want to make some, though, because I don't know if we ever need just skin for anything. Let's go ahead and just look through a lot of stuff to see if we find skin. I'm not seeing much in the way of skin under this stuff. I'm seeing plenty of stuff that takes leather, but nothing that really takes skin, except maybe, nope, not even the masts take skin. So let's go ahead and just turn it all into leather. I think that's a good call. There we go. Now we have that stuff started. What should we aim to make? Let's go ahead and make a stick spear. That way, once our leather's done, we can just immediately make this bone-tipped spear. Oh my. We could actually make a spectral spear now, because we have that spectral residue. Oh no, it takes 4 spectral residue, which is a lot. Interesting. It can shatter the crystal barriers of the loathing. Don't know what that means. Interesting, we have some sling upgrades as well. And we also have alchemy available to us now. Though I don't think we can make any of these with what we currently have. Yes, we certainly don't. I think it's just stuff that we now see because we've gotten this spectral residue. But we can't actually use much of any of it yet. I'm curious about making this boat fire, because I think having a fire with us wherever we go on the boat could prove pretty useful. We could use that planestalker horn to make a bag rack for the boat. That could be pretty nice, actually. It requires some rope, though, and I think it would be useful for us to just make a good stack of rope and use up some of this tall grass we have. Because having 2 stacks of tall grass seems a little excessive, so let's just get 7 rope on us. We already have a bag, so I don't think we need to worry about that. How is our... Oh, this stuff is done now, so that's good. I have a little bit of a scratch. We'll go ahead and start making more leather. Might as well just turn all the skin we have into leather, and we'll make this bone-tipped spear yet again, and we're in pretty good shape on that front. Let's go ahead and wait for the stuff at our fire to finish up. And while waiting for it, we will, let's also, let's just eat the delicate meat here somewhat soon. So while that's there, let's go ahead and see about potentially climbing up this structure. How do we remove this bramble? I almost feel like if we had something that cost fire or some kind of axe. Ooh, it does need some kind of axe. And to get the axe, we need a gloom harrow jaw. And I have no idea what a gloom harrow is. We've yet to see one. So I think we need to just keep this place in mind, and sometime later we'll come find it. A storm seems to be right over us. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. But I don't think anything bad actually comes from storms. Do we have... Yeah, we have plenty of rocks. We have plenty of everything. Let's go back to our boat once we can find it. I think it's this direction. And once we're there, we're gonna go ahead and make the bag rack for it. And I kind of want to see if we made a fire for it, if that fire stays permanently. I feel like it should, just given the nature of why else would you want to put a fire on your boat? But I'm not sure if it will, because the description talks about it in a way as though it's temporary. It does that with all of the little campfire descriptions. But, just the fact that it goes on the boat makes me question as to if the description isn't just being flavorful and it's not really thinking. Not really trying to translate to actual game mechanics. But let's first go ahead and make a bag rack for the boat. Oh, I can put this where I wish, can I? Oh, no, I cannot. Why can I not craft it here? Its whole thing is that it says a secure place to store another bag on your boat. But I guess maybe because of this bucket, I'm not allowed to? That seems very weird to me that that would be the case, because it's supposed to be another section. I could make this bamboo bucket and just, like, be rid of this. I don't think... Oh, I actually have a lot of those horns. If it falls into... Good, if it falls in there, it's not going to... despawn. Go ahead and drop all those and drop all those. And now we can go ahead and... I want to dismantle this. Oof, that's difficult. How do I dismantle it? I know there's something that's like, dismantle a part of your boat. Boom, perfect. Let's go ahead and dismantle this basket. I wonder if I'll get any of the parts back. I got 20 thick grass. That's pretty wonderful. And now let's go ahead and make... I want to do the bag rack, because I'm wondering if I do the bag rack first, can I then put hold to swap? delicately roasted meat. I'm confused about what the hold to swap means. Oh, my bag is now on there from my person. Oh, I see. So instead of having like this bucket on there, I put my bag there. How many items does this bag let me carry in addition? It helps me carry 7 things. So this is actually worse than the bamboo bucket. So I had to use a plain stalker horn to make this, which is a whole combat and more rare to come by. And it's not as good as the bamboo bucket. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little disappointing. There is a chance that maybe in the future I can make even better bags than this palm bag and it makes it worth it. But for right now, that's not the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle that and create a bamboo bucket. Now what should I put in this bamboo bucket for now? I think I can put these palm fronds, obviously. Spectral residue I don't need to have on hand. Let's go ahead and put some of the thick grass in there. The bamboo, for sure. The new leather, plain stalker horn, and some bone, and some skin. Apparently I have more skin. I thought I used all my skin. Oh no, I accidentally pushed the boat. No. I just chucked a lot of my items everywhere. Nope, don't sail. I want you to pick up the palm fronds. I'm having a bit of a tough time here. Oh, I left these out here. Let me go ahead and grab that. And I grabbed everything. Good, good. Let's go ahead and interact with this again. I can put one more thing in here, but I think I have some stuff that can stack. Nope, that wasn't one of the things that could stack. The bamboo can. Plain stalker horn apparently can't. That seems a little weird. You can only have 2 plain stalker horns at a time. Interesting. Well, I'll go ahead and take the tall grass and put all the plain stalker horns away. I also want to put the blink fronds away, so I might take out... If I had to take out... Well, I'll just keep a plain stalker horn on me and keep the blink fronds in there. Let's go ahead and eat this food on our person, because I just don't think we need to save it when our stamina is so low. Yeah, that was a good time to eat it, I do think. Now let's go ahead and see about making this boat fire. Okay, so it claimed that was a boat accessory, but... Oh, the boat accessory goes in the same spot as the bucket. No way in hell am I wasting my bucket for that. Okay. So I forgot that this is how I use my sling. I hold right trigger. I was trying to use this in combat earlier, pulling it out as a weapon, but that's not how you do it. You just hold the trigger. Okay, that's good to know. Let's go ahead and start sailing again. I might need to push this boat off of the shoreline, though. Let's go ahead and do that. Run out to it. That's probably not far enough. There we go. That's much, much, much better. I'm going to check my stream health real quick. Things are looking pretty good. Okay. Let's up this sail and stick it out, loosen it up so that we can start taking off into the distance. We got to remember to come back here. This is where one of the Nautilus shells is. Luckily, it marks it on our map and shows that we have not completed it. It also shows that we have a fireplace there, so that's nice. But let's go ahead and try and find an area with a gorehound. Where did all the music go in this game? I find that a little bit weird. Usually, music is playing pretty often. But I guess right now they want us to just... Ah, there it is. There's that lovely music. Isn't that nice? And very good timing. I don't know if I can get through in this area. I might have to go even further around. Yeah, I was thinking that was an opening, but that looks pretty closed off, so let's just keep going straight a little bit. Try and pick up some momentum by swinging side to side and using that to get through this area here. Open up this sail and point more towards where the wind's taken us. We are going pretty slow. Let's go ahead and loosen this as we navigate through this area. Ooh, we almost hit that. I'm glad we did not. Wait, what is that off in the distance? It looks like there's a cloud, but that little dot next to it, I think it's just supposed to be a cloud. More clouds. For a second, it almost looked like one of those Nautilus gods, and there's the island I'm trying to get to. I just happened to see it through the trees. It's over this way. And if that also happens to be coated in tree branches and bramble, then we'll just have to mark that on the map and go to the next island. Which, it looks like there is one to the right. That stuff over there might house gorehounds for us to fight. This is a nice big open island, which in the past is where we've encountered the gorehounds, so maybe, just maybe, one will fucking be here. Who's to say? Not me. I can't say much of anything. I'm illiterate. But that's okay. Ooh, we've got a substantial fog that just rolled in. And rolled in pretty quickly. It's very pink. It almost looks magical. And given all those floating purple things that are making the frame rate go terrible, I think it is magical. Well, there's definitely a gorehound, but it doesn't look normal. And there is some weird sludge on this island, which I find it very strange that we couldn't see this from the ocean. I don't know if that was... Oh, Forsaken Warrior. Are all these little bits going to... Ah, oh, damn. All these little bits going to turn into warriors? I wonder. Alright, he's not messing around. But at the same time, he hits a lot, for a lot less damage than a lot of the animals do, I've noticed. Ooh, that frame rate drop really messed me up there. Luckily, I was able to take him down without taking too much damage. Ooh, this might be a good spot to farm spectral residue. So are all of these gonna turn into guys? No, it doesn't look like it. It just looks like some of them. So we have a Forsaken... Ah, shit. Okay, so this guy has unique attack pattern. Not surprised by that, so we probably have to get around him with dodges. I wonder if parries just don't work. Oof. I tried to parry that, but I don't think it worked. Although I'm not sure if it didn't work because it can't be parried. I think it can't be parried. I feel like that one was pretty well timed. Oof, yeah. I don't know if he's not taking damage, because I can't look at his health bar because I'm super nervous about dying. I don't know if he's not taking damage from being hit without my dodging, but he's certainly taking less damage if it's not none. Ah, fuck, that was so close. That was very close. Even if it was close, though, I did get the note that my bone tip spear was already degrading. So I'm probably wouldn't have been able to take on any more, and oops, sorry about hitting the microphone there. I definitely wouldn't have been able to take out the gorehound. So I think that run was honestly as good as lost. It's a shame, though, because I'd worked up a lot of very useful resources. Let's go ahead and look at our blessings. We can hold 2, and I actually wasn't holding 2, which is a foolish. ish move. However, I can't really craft much in the way of potions, so this one doesn't really matter. But I'll go ahead and take it, just in case we get to the point where we can craft potions. We have that benefit. Let's go ahead and pop out of our portal and see where we end up. That's a very interesting area. I was not expecting combat to become so heavy and prevalent in this game. That basically seemed like an infested island full of enemies. A wonderful way to both ramp up the action while also farming that spectral essence. And from that, I'm sure, crafting potions will become a bigger part of the game. So here we are once again waking up on an empty shore with no boat, I'm almost sure of it. And we kinda have to start from scratch, which sorta sucks, but I also feel like with these sorts of resources that are on these later chapter islands, we will be able to... Oh my, we're starting at chapter 1? That's not how I remember this happening. But I don't actually think I've died since chapter 1. That's interesting. Okay. So we are back at chapter 1. But we did start with the new spear item, which is nice. The ever-reliable blade, which is something I got last time. It's basically just, we don't have to worry about spears. We have a bone spear forever, and that's really nice. So we just don't have to worry about our bone spears degrading. This looks very similar to the island I was on when I first started playing the game. The very, very first time I ever played. But it is a little bit different. Go ahead and scoop up as much of this grass as I can, and I'm just gonna swim over to this island. Might have been a bit of a mistake to wear out my character before doing that, because I do think I'll need a lot of my stamina to get across. I might end up running myself into the blue here a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, just a little bit, very, very slightly. It doesn't actually end up mattering. We have some blinks on this island. I remember that my first time playing. I don't know if this blink will give me much, but I was hoping for small meat just to have that. Oh, I forgot that I keep all the items I held on me when I first start up the game. Are many of these useful, though? That's a big question. This, certainly not. I have a forever spear on my... Oh no, this is the knife. I don't have the forever spear. Ah, fuck, I just have this shitty... Oh, I accidentally ate those. I just have this shitty, degrading bone spear. Well, it's a useful starting thing at the very least. I'm just gonna leave those blink fronds to the grass, because I don't think I'm gonna need them. These mushrooms could prove very useful, though. I don't believe I'm going to need spectral residue for a while, so as cool of an item as it is, I'm actually gonna let that go to the ground. And I'm gonna take these instead, because these will be much more useful. Having just an immediate food source, that's gonna be awesome. Man, I'm curious as to how quickly I'll be able to get back to chapter 3 with all the information I have right now. Because I feel like the buffs and boons I've gotten from playing through as far as I did are not incredibly substantial. It's not quite like playing a game such as Hades, where you get these giant bonuses that can really make subsequent runs a lot easier. I feel like the stuff I've gotten so far are really minor upgrades. The most important thing I've gotten is knowledge. Not to sound like Ty Lopez here in my garage, but it's just knowledge. That's really what I have up on the competition now. I'm just gonna turn like all of this into grass. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and drop my sling, because I don't see that as being super useful since one, it's degraded a bit, and two, you just don't really need them until later on, and it doesn't take much to make. And I'm also able to make leather slings now, so I'll just make that later. Oh, I used too much of my thick grass because I'm stupid, and that's another thing that's needed for the boat. So I have to go collect some thick grass. I'll get some more rocks while I'm at it too, just because. What is that? Actually, what is that? Oh, is that the spectral residue I dropped earlier? I did not look at it when I dropped it. Yes, it is. Okay. That's a little bit less freaky. Here's some tall grass. Hopefully this will be enough to get a boat's worth of grass, you know? Part of me wants to speed run through these first few chapters to get back to chapter 3 where I was. But another part of me wants to take my time and really explore every corner of the map, which I haven't been doing, and see if there are any secrets I've missed. I do not recommend ever doing this when you play video games, but I wanted the shortcut, and to be honest, I didn't take that much damage for it. Worth it. Let's go ahead and make this grass whole. And I doubt I have enough grass to make a mast, but we'll see if I can. I definitely can't. Oh, also I need to make a deck first anyways. I'm pretty sure you can't have a mast without a deck in this game. Let's go ahead and push this out to sea, climb on up, and start rowing. I honestly miss... See, I feel like you row at an alright speed in this game. Like, you don't go that slow. And that's something I kind of dislike about upgrading to the sail, is if you start to go into the wind, you move so ungodly slow with that sail. It's very, very weird to me, because actually I think I'm making a mistake by going here first. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna go there first since I already got this far out. Anyways, the annoying thing about upgrading to a sail is that you lose out on the ability to just have your default rowing speed, and maybe when you're going into the wind, the slowest you go is this default rowing speed, and it just feels slower. But sometimes I feel like you just do not move at all with the sail, and that's a bit of a shame. As I'm getting closer to this neat little rocky formation, I'm starting to worry that it's just sort of a rocky formation in the ocean, and I won't actually be able to climb on it or do anything with it. And as I get closer and closer, I'm really thinking that is the case. There's this weird kind of tree thing on it, which certainly looks cool. I'll give you that weird rocky thing. You have a really neat appearance. Oh, and there's a pot on it. Okay, you can break the pot and get random stuff. So let's go ahead and get right up to it and see if I can sort of... Ooh, the boat took damage, but I was able to successfully dock it. And I think that's a win. We got some sea shards, a total of either 60 or 50. I'm not sure if when you get sea shards, the pop-up tells you the total amount you've just recently gotten, or if it tries to tell you each individual grouping one at a time. Let's go ahead and row on over towards this, and then we'll circle on back to that starting island. It's not the most efficient way to have done this, and if you were to ask me, I would have to admit I sort of regret the way in which I went about this, The order was imperfect, but that little rocky formation was so out of the way. Even if I hit that island first and then that island, I would have had to do some weird zigzag pattern to hit all 4 of these different islands and all 4 of these little points of interest. So I don't regret it all that much. I don't think anybody at any point is tuned in. And that's a little unfortunate, having gone for almost an hour just to stream to nobody. Non-stop talking for an hour is kind of surprising work. And for it to go without any reason kind of sucks. At the very least, if people tuned in, I'd be able to say, at least I'm advertising this sort of entertainment product to them, and if they choose to leave, then that's their prerogative, so be it. There was, at least the chance that I hooked in some viewers. There was potential to have gone somewhere and gotten something, but as it stands, with absolutely no one coming here, it's just a little sad. But it's okay. I got the parry ability, which is nice. That is nice. I won't complain about that. I am happy to have that. That's good. Let's go ahead and get some rocks and grass. And even with a somewhat weak spear, I'm gonna go at this guy. Because there are a lot of gore horns in this opening area. The starting chapter, that is. And they do seem to be somewhat useful creatures. Oh, for some reason, my camera does not want to lock on him properly. That really sucks. Let's hope. Okay, it's locked on now. It's kind of... Oh, why do you have that out? Get the bone-tipped spear, milady. Ooh, okay, it has a kick backwards attack. That does 2 of my health bars. So that's good to note. Alright, dodged a bit too soon there, but that's okay. Go for an attack. I missed. I was a little bit too far. I thought he was going to charge on that. Oh, you missed me. This spear is doing some pretty good damage to the guy. It's degrading, but I should be... Oh, okay, I can't hit him head on. That's good to know. I've ran out of a good amount of my stamina in this fight, as I did overwork myself. But hey, I killed him. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. I got a lot of good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and, as unfortunate as it is, well, first I'll go ahead and eat both these mushrooms. But I'm also gonna drop my spear because it's basically gone, and I need the space in my inventory. So let's go ahead and drop that. And that's what I'll drop for now. I can't pick up those things, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Gorehorn crest for just this moment, pick up this skin, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these both on the fire. Because if they're both on the fire, then I can just let them do that while I work around the island and worry about that later. Put that on the drying rack. I can worry about putting those into my inventory later as I harvest enough grass and stuff to make myself a bag. That way I can carry all of these things and not have to worry so much about inventory. But I will be able to very quickly make an axe, which actually I might have the items for. I can make that little hoe thing, but I can't make an axe. Oh, the axe takes the Gloom Harrow Jaw. the Gorehorn crest is for the shovel. I'm a bit of a fool. I feel like Gorehorn crest was for one more thing. Let's see if I can find it. Was it a hammer? I think it was a hammer. It is a hammer. Do I make a hammer or do I make a bone shovel? I feel like I found many more uses for a bone shovel than a hammer. So that's what we're going to go ahead and make, a bone shovel. And now I have a bone shovel. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to make a spear too. I'm probably going to get rid of something. How many bones do I need to make a bone tip spear? Just one. So once that leather's done, I'm just gonna make a spear by coming back here and using the ingredients that are at my disposal. So that's pretty cool. We'll be able to immediately get that spear back. How much do I need for that bag, that little pouch? I already have enough. It only takes 2 grass rope and a lot of palm fronds, which luckily I had left over from the previous run. Those actually haven't been something that I've found here since we passed out and had to restart. We found our first dig spot. I'm excited to see what's under the dig spots. Oh, it takes a couple digs. Oh, I just got clay. This rich clay is soft and malleable. As you shape the clay, so the island shapes you. Sure thing. I can now make clay kiln. Built out of clay, it can reach very high internal temperatures necessary for working with metal and setting pottery. We can make pottery and metal stuff. All things are tested in the heat of the kiln. That's very interesting, but I'm curious as to what you would make. Clay pot. Straight pot made of clay. The potter draws the sculptor's future into the clay's present. What's the point of it, though? It doesn't say what it does. Like, if it's for storing stuff, the palm bag tells me that, but that doesn't actually say what it's for. That's weird. With clay, the clay pot, okay, we can make remedy of regeneration and spectral stimulant, which are just potions. So clay pots are necessary for alchemy, which definitely seems to be something that's fairly prominent in later parts of the game. Some palm fronds and another digging location. This type of digging location we actually have not had the opportunity to use yet, so let's see what you get out of this kind of digging location. Blink, 3 blink fronds, okay. But we got 3 blink fronds in 2 different drops, which is kind of interesting. It means that there's potential to get 2 things there, I'm assuming. And that's pretty neat. Do we have the inventory space for these? If so, we're gonna take them. We do, so let's go ahead and take them. Let's get as much grass as we can. You need a lot of grass in this game. Go ahead and take these. Run over here and take these. Might as well take these sticks. We'll dig here. See if we find more blink fronds. We found another set of blink fronds. Oh, no. We just have 4 blink fronds total. What we found was 1 blink frond and then another blink frond. And we got 2 pop-ups, 1 at a time. Okay. Well, while we're here, I do think we've gotten all we need. So let's go ahead and activate the little Nautilus sigil at the top of this here. And then take off. Stopping by the little campfire. Getting what we want. Which is something good. I don't remember. What was it? It was the bone spear. We were replacing our bone spear. Let's go ahead and get that. Get our meat. Get back onto our boat. And take off. Probably going backwards towards See if we can jump to that. Nope, I missed and took damage. Haha, I'm the best at video games. We'll take off towards the other Nautilus shrines. Because once we get the Nautilus shrines, we can leave the area at any time, which I think is just a useful thing to be able to do if I feel like we're kind of running out of the ability to generously roasted meat. What does that mean? A large cut of meat. I think it's just a different name because it's a different kind of meat. What's up on the arrow? Oh, if you hit up, you can see that's quick sort for all your little edibles. That makes it sound like weed. 420 token blaze it. I do reefer all the time. No, what I meant to say was consumables, your food. Down might be for potions, left is for range stuff, and right is for melee weapons. So that's interesting. And we start to row ourselves back towards the starting area, but not quite. We're going towards that island that's right outside of the starting area with the second area. Oh, there was another little stone thing over there that we missed. That's okay. We'll go towards that later. I think it's important we hit up as many of those as possible because they hold what is essentially the currency in this game. And I think that's the best way we'll be able to quickly recover from failed runs, is by getting new blessings and boons. Those nice enchantments and upgrades for making runs easier. Because while this potion hat makes me look like the cutest little sailor witch, it's not very effective right now. I haven't crafted any potions ever, because it just seems to be a later game thing. So I'd rather have the unbreakable spear and have to not worry about building those all the time. We're about halfway through the stream tonight, but I might end up stopping early once my girlfriend gets home, as she's pretty fun to hang out with, and not a single person's shown up, so I'm not exactly doing this for anyone but me. Ooh, another gorehorn is on this island, and since we just replaced our bone spear, I do think we have the ability to take him out. Let's go ahead and dig for some clay first. Stock up on these palm fronds until we have 10, which we now do. And let's go ahead and prepare ourselves for some battle. Grab a couple rocks. And I'm actually going to hold down on... Hold on, how do I do this? Oh, I don't have my sling anymore. That's right, I gave that away. And I never turned my spear into a bone spear, so I'm happy I noticed that before I got into the fight. He might notice me while I'm crafting. Luckily, it doesn't take very long to craft in this game. Actually, it took longer than I remembered because I forgot about the post animation. That's done after crafting. There's my lovely girlfriend. Has it been scratchy this whole fucking time? Why is it scratchy? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Am I just buzz microphone?